from comedy lately. I just finished a really long road trip with another comic friend of mine, which was a lot of fun. The only problem was my friend made me do all of the driving. Insisted that I drive the entire way, and his reason for that is that he happens to be black, and I happen to be white. Therefore, according to him, I can speed and police won't give me a ticket. I said, fine, I'll drive, but if someone cuts us off, you have to shoot them. Which I thought was fair, yeah. And I admit, I fall for stereotypes just as much as anyone else. For example, I have another comic friend who I travel with who happens to be Asian. And whenever we travel together, I insist that I drive wherever we go. That's right, I do not trust my Asian comic friend to drive. Mostly because she's a woman. No, you're right, ladies, that joke is only funny when we're making fun of someone's race. Yeah. You know who really hates that joke? Hypocrites. You only like laughing at other people. I try not to get too many jokes about stereotypes, though, because we all know stereotypes, for the most part, aren't true. For example, there's this stereotype that Hispanic people like to drive lowriders. And that's not true at all. It's just that whatever car they're in naturally rides low because they have so many people crammed inside. And that is why stereotypes are wrong. And of course you say, well, Ryan, those are negative stereotypes. What about positive stereotypes? Aren't those okay? And I say no, I think positive stereotypes are just as bad as negative stereotypes because they require people to live up to expectations, right? Think about it. If you're bad at math, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're bad at math and you're Chinese, there's something wrong with you. What about this one, ladies? You have sex with a guy and he has a teeny weenie. Yeah? Kind of a disappointment. Maybe you tell your best friend about it. But if it's a black guy with a teeny weenie, you're telling everyone. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Because you know there are people out there with every positive stereotype who can't live up to them, right? Somewhere out there's got to be a Jewish guy who's not good with money. Think about him. What about the gay guy who doesn't have any fashion sense, huh? The Amish guy who can't grow facial hair? I bet you there's even a Mexican out there who can't get his wife pregnant. See, I think it's a good judge of someone's sense of humor if they can laugh at their own stereotype. Like, for example, I grew up in Alaska, and the first girlfriend I ever had was half Eskimo. And on our first date, she took me out clubbing, and we ended up killing 2 seals. See, that was her joke, and I thought that was really funny. What wasn't funny is when I was in Idaho, and a guy told me he thought Alaska's state quarter should be an Eskimo clubbing a baby seal. You know, I'm like, come on, man. That would be like Idaho state quarter being a Mr. Potato Head wearing a KKK mask. That's why we don't put stereotypes in state quarters, you know? Can you imagine what that would be like? Utah state quarter would just be 2 guys with name tags riding bicycles. Washington State would be a big marijuana leaf with rain falling on it. And Wyoming would just be a sheep and a condom. Well, you can't shake your head at that joke, sir. That's the only state where Victoria's Secret has a wool section. Look it up! Facebook like a lot of people. You know, I'm not one of those people that updates their status every 10 minutes with things that only a stalker would want to know. You know, those people, it's like they're desperate for attention. They're like, I just woke up and now I'm going to go get in the shower. You know? 10 minutes later, I'm eating breakfast wearing nothing but a towel. You know? 10 minutes later, I think it's a good day for thong underwear. That's when I comment back, I don't need to know that much about you, Larry. By the way, you need to return the thong underwear you borrowed. I do this sometimes. I post something on Facebook just to try and get a reaction out of people. You ever done that? You know, I just had my 2nd orgasm of the day. Hoping to make it a hat trick when the wife comes home. All right. that we can all agree on: religion. I'm of course assuming everyone here is Muslim. I don't get preachy with religion. I myself was raised Catholic. Yeah, I went to a Catholic church growing up where our minister was an Irish priest. His name was Father Pat O'Final. We had a deacon too. His name was Luke Deadaway. I still go to church and everything, but for me, church is just a little bit too old-fashioned. I think church needs to start modernizing for the 21st century. My idea to modernize church: drive-through confessional. How great would that be? If you pulled to the outside of the church, they'd have a sign with the 10 Commandments on it and a speaker inside of a burning bush. Voice comes out: "Thank you for coming to church. How can I save your soul today?" Yeah, hi. I did a number 1. Number 4. Number 5, supersize. 6 and a 9 at the same time. And 10 number 10s. You don't actually put me down for 11 number 10s. I'm going to do that again on the way home. Thanks. That in this country. We do, because let's face it, we are a country that loves to sin. We love to sin. We will even use holidays as excuses to sin. Have you guys noticed that? Right? There are 7 deadly sins. We have a holiday to celebrate each and every one of them. That's right. True. Think about what's the first holiday of the year? Valentine's Day, right? A day where we're supposed to celebrate love. But really, it's just a great excuse to try and get laid. They don't make rum-filled chocolates for no reason. And let's admit it for what it is. That is a holiday to celebrate lust. Yeah. What comes next? St. Patrick's Day, a day where we get drunk and pick fights with total strangers. That is a holiday to celebrate wrath. Okay, even little kids know that, because if you're not wearing green on that day, they come up and they pinch you and they laugh. Cinco de Mayo, not our holiday, but we celebrate it anyways. Why? Because of envy. With me so far, let's keep going. 4th of July, obviously celebrating pride. Nothing wrong with being proud of your country, but we have to have a big, elaborate fireworks display that they can see from England so they know we're saying, "Fuck you!" Labor Day, a day where no one goes to work for no particular reason. Perfect excuse to stay home and celebrate a little sloth, huh? Yeah. Thanksgiving, a day where we eat until our pants don't fit. Celebrate gluttony. Or Christmas, a season where we're so preoccupied by greed, we will trample innocent civilians on the way to a sale. And we don't even end there, though. No, we always end the year with New Year's Eve, a day where we combine all 7 deadly sins into one 24-hour period of blasphemy. Goes to work on New Year's Eve. No, that's when you use your last sick day, so you can stay at home eating leftovers, playing with whatever it is you got for Christmas. You can watch every other country in the world celebrate New Year's before you, and you get so envious of them that you have to throw the biggest, most elaborate, most pride-filled celebration in the world, where you get drunk out of your mind, pick a fight with some random guy, and try and have sex with his girlfriend. Try and do it all before midnight, too. Because that's when we make our New Year's resolutions to give up all that crap